Hello and welcome to a new video. Some of you might be familiar with the TikTok that always starts their videos off with
"We walk past remnants of our past every day without noticing."
And this is a case like this. I'm in the Kilkenny Design Centre, which used to be the stables for Kilkenny Castle, and these rings were used to tie up horses outside the stables. So this video is going to be about these types of places where you can, so to speak, park your horse, which I'm told is not good English. But let's look at some examples that people have sent me, and I'm very grateful for them to have sent me these. And then let's look at the tags that are used on OpenStreetMap to add these to OpenStreetMap. So the tag that we've kind of agreed on in the OpenStreetMap community is amenity equals animal hitch. And I had started a different tag first, but people didn't want it to be just limited to horses. So this is for all kinds of animals that you hitch. Can be horses, llamas, donkeys, ponies, but also dogs, for example, or whatever other pets you have to hitch somewhere. I don't know what kind of pets people have. But you can use it for horses, and you do that by adding horse equals designated as well. And there isn't one for pony designated or donkey designated, but there are hitching posts that are just for donkeys where you can kind of rent a donkey. I know that in Eisenach in Germany, they have that where you go to the Wartburg, which is the castle where Martin Luther translated the New Testament. And it's a tourist attraction now, and it's up on a hill, and it's very hard to walk up there. So you can like rent a donkey to get there. So there's a picture of that which I included in the page, and you'll probably know from the context if it is for horses or not. And a lot of them in Ireland are probably not used anymore, but you can still map them. And I'm not sure if the tag historic equals yes is good, because like there's a divide in the OpenStreetMap community whether you should map things as historic that aren't like of super historic relevance, but that's really in the eye of the beholder. Like if there wasn't like a significant battle or some significant person is associated with the place, that is not historic. But of course everything is historic, it just depends on what you're studying, really. But I'm not going to put historic tags on them because if we knew that it was used by Oliver Cromwell to tie his horse or someone like that, then you could add it, I suppose. But it's very hard to know that, that he was there, even though he was everywhere. But you can also use it anyway for dogs. There's an example, a picture I took at the Coast Guard station in Tramore, and it's clearly marked. It says dog tie-up and watering station, and there are two little hooks there where you can tie your dog to. I'm not going to talk about them anymore in this video, just saying that's when you would use dog equals designated. I might talk about something related in the next video if I can get to the location to shoot the video. So these are the tags, and we can go in and map some of them. So the first one I want to show you, or the first few, are the ones in Kilkenny Castle in the Design Centre, and I have added a few already. So the castle is there, and the stables were over here. And all the rings in the wall are in this wall here and around here. And if you go there, if you get the chance to go to Kilkenny, you can kind of imagine that there were stables at some point. So I'll go in, and there are 6 on this side and 6 on this side. When I had surveyed it, I had left notes. I don't know if they're still there because it's a while ago. Not those ones. So I had put one here saying first ring, and then one there saying 6th ring, so I didn't have to add 6 notes for it, and you can just fill in the gaps. If you have a situation like that where you have like 6 or 8 in a row and you don't want to add notes to every single one of them, up to you, of course, how to do it. So if I go in here, and I think the dots are still there because I had mapped them with the old tag that I had to delete, but I left all the nodes in the wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I know I missed this one for some reason. So that should be 12. Yeah. And I'll add the amenity animal hitch. And I forgot to say, it hasn't gone through a proposal process, so the status is only in use. It's not approved, so that's why it doesn't come up in the ID editor as a preset yet. And horse designated. Of course, you can still tie a dog to it if you wanted to. It's just you probably shouldn't tie a horse next to a dog or vice versa, because the dog might scare the horse. But these are probably all disused. But if you came to Kilkenny with a horse, I suppose you could still tie it to it. So I'm not gonna add any further information. You could add the survey date if you wanted to, but I can't actually remember when I did that, so I won't. So these are 12, and I can save that. Added animal hitches. Source survey. Then there's another one in Kilkenny at the old town hall, or Tholsel, which is here. So it's not far from the castle. And if I go in here, again I left the node because I had tagged it wrong or an obsolete tag. So it's, or maybe I didn't. No, this is it here. And this is what it looks like. There's a photograph, and I'll just add a point, and again, amenity animal underscore hitch and horse designated. I like to think that it's the mayor's animal hitch because there's only one at the Tholsel, the town hall, and it's fairly big. It's probably not though. But you know, as a tour guide, you learn how to make up these kind of stories. And designated, I can't spell. You know, to entertain the tourists, it's nice to have little stories, and I mean, it's up to them to prove the opposite. So there it is now. I suppose if I wanted to upload the picture to Wikicommons, I could link the picture as well. I haven't done it yet. Added animal hitch, singular. Sources survey. And then 2 more. And I can't add the ones where people just send me pictures because I don't know for certain where the exact location is. But I didn't want to withhold them from you. So it's at the Clubhouse Hotel, which used to be a hunting club. So that makes a lot of sense that they would have them there because they came with horses, I suppose. So it's this corner here. So, and there's a picture of what they look like. They're fairly low down at the ground, just like at the Tholsel basically. And I'll just add 2 nodes here. And again, amenity animal hitch and horse designated. And this one is certainly disused because you couldn't leave a horse there anymore, so I'm gonna add disused, yes. Which just means if you add the disused tag, it doesn't show on the map. They don't show anyway, but if you had a post box, for example, they are usually shown on the map, but if it's disused, then they won't show on the map. But you still have a record of it being there, a historic record. Added animal hitches, source, survey. And that's it. And if I wanted to check on Overpass how many there are now in Ireland, there are, on the day of this recording, 67 globally, which is basically mostly Ireland. some in Germany, I think, and I think some in the Netherlands. If I didn't have a real example now, because I haven't been to Feathered, so I don't know for certain. But I suppose I could do that. Feathered, if I haven't done it already. So there's the castle, or the Castle Inn, which is also, I'm fairly sure, disused, so it shouldn't actually show. But they have these railings there. And I can just add like a little line here. We zoom in really a lot. Like this. And then go down to line. And add amenity. Animal. Hitch. And horse. Designated. And there are quite a few in Feathered, as I said. I have to go there again and do a survey of those. And upload that. And that's street level photos. They are barely visible on Mapillary. Okay, so now I'm gonna run an Overpass Turbo query. Overpassturbo.eu. And I searched for attached houses before. So wizard amenity equals animal underscore hitch and horse equals designated in Ireland. And hopefully that'll work. So there are 60. I think the Feathered one didn't come through yet because I just added it too recently. So these are two that I discovered when I was surveying attached buildings down near Mooncoin. Not quite sure why they are there. There's no church or anything or pub. Don't know why people would want to tie their horses there. And then quite a few in Kilkenny. So these are the ones at the design center. There it is. So 6 and 6 and 8 and 8. Maybe I didn't get the location completely correct. And Goran, there are, have I not added those? I must have forgotten that. I think there are 19 here and 17 here. Maybe I deleted that and forgot to add them again. Oops. And then where else? Oh yeah, the ones in Collihill. That's really the location why I decided to do this video. Collihill. And yeah, Feathered, as I said, isn't coming through yet. If I ran it again, maybe. Yep, there it is now. There. The image I was proposing, which again, because I didn't go through the whole proposal process, hasn't come through, is this symbol. So it's basically just like a symbolic knot. I don't know if that's ever going to be implemented on the map. We'll see. Early days still. So I hope you found that interesting, and if you see any of those now, because I'm sure you will see them all over the place now, like all the friends that I told about and who had their sensitivity heightened about them, please leave a comment in the comment section and also map them if you like. Yes, or take pictures and upload to Wikicommons, the usual. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Slán!